That was a mobile game from 2013. A game from 10 years ago, which was made to run on the iPhone 4. Yeah, this thing. Not to mention one of the highest rated mobile games on Metacritic with a score of 91. So how do we come from this to this? It's obviously money, but still. For me, there are three types of mobile games. There's the Adfield Slop, the AAA titles, and the indie games. PC and console ports don't count. Starting off with the AAA titles, things start to look up a bit with games like Asphalt Unite, Call of Duty Mobile, and Real Racing 3. But there's a problem with these titles. Not that they have bad gameplay or graphics, but they always have some horrible form of monetization, whether it's having 20 different currencies like Asphalt, or a loot box system in Call of Duty Mobile, which is carefully designed to scam you. Yet the games make millions of dollars every year, so nothing's definitely gonna change. But that's not my main focus in this video. It's the indie titles. These are the only games keeping me on this platform, at least them and emulation. But what's really sad about these games is that they are usually the ones covered by hundreds of horrible brain rot games usually dropped on the App Store every day and usually get zero recognition. So I'm going to use three of my favorites as examples. And the first is Static Shift Racing. From the name, it looks like your average run-of-the-mill NFS ripoff, but when you look deeper, you find probably one of the best racing/drifting experiences on mobile. It's based in the 90s and its core gameplay is drifting, although it has racing modes which are also pretty cool considering how good the drifting is. The presentation is pretty incredible and it has a setting style inspired by Need for Speed on underground games, but with its own twist. It has a great selection of JDM vehicles with tons of customization, which is on par with modern NFS and Forza games, and that is nothing an exaggeration. It's incredibly satisfying to drift around with other players and just to go on a cruise. The game does eventually get harder, but not because it wants you to start paying real money, but because your training wheels are off and you actually have to get good at drifting, make less mistakes and improve your skill. And the art style and music just ties it all together nicely. The game is available on both the App Store and the Play Store, and trust me, if you're a fan of racing games and want to experience the Need for Speed on your phone, this is definitely not a waste of your time. And it also doesn't have ads, so that's a plus. The next game I'd like to talk about is Payback 2. The OG mobile gamers already know this game because it's been out for a while. And trust me, when it comes to any GTA-like game on mobile, this is definitely the one to be looking at. It has a very strange art style, like a definitive version of the early GTA games, and it follows the same premise. In the story mode, you go to payphones to get missions, which gives you money to complete that particular level. And it also has a campaign and multiplayer, which is pretty fun and offers lots of different mission types, and is a generally good game. It has ads, so just keep that in mind. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on these games individually, make sure to write it down in the comments. The final game I'm going to be talking about is one made by just one guy, and the name is Los Angeles Crimes Online, or LAC for short. Okay, I know, the name seems like your average GTA mobile clone, until you find out it has no story, no major objective, but somehow has 10 million plus downloads. The best way to describe it is as if GTA and Gmod had a baby. It's a very simple yet beautiful sandbox which lets you create anything you want, and I mean anything. If you understand command boxes and map building, you might as well make your own game in here. It still gives you more tools to do stuff. There are even settings for a roleplay server. Oh, and by the way, it has multiplayer for up to 40 players. But I've seen servers that push that to 500. It's a game that mainly places all its focus on fun physics and realistic ragdolls, which is actually weird that since most console and PC games don't do that. The only company that I see that has really good ragdolls are Rockstar Games. It also has a ton of different modes which can be played with friends or be played alone, like races, the zombie mode, PvP and PvE. But what makes this game special to me is that it was originally my GTA 5. I mean, it's pretty obvious why most companies don't port over big games to mobile. The cost, the pirating issues we have here, and at the time of me getting this game, I didn't have access to GTA 5 like I do now. So for me and many others, this was our substitute game, where I spent tons of hours just messing around in the default map. But I have to admit, it does get boring sometimes. I mean, it's one of those create your own fun games. It's fun, but eventually you'll get bored. But it doesn't make it bad though. It's still one of the best mobile games out there for me, and it's something I'd suggest you try out. A little bit of warning: it has ads, but you can play it offline like the last game. There's still lots of things I didn't touch on because this script is getting tiring, because there's a lot of depth inside this game. So to answer the question in the video, lots of mobile games are bad, but it doesn't mean it's a horrible platform. You just have to dig. Here's a list of some of the games I enjoy if you'd like to try them out. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I need all the help I can get. Yeah, so bye.